The final bus of the night was quiet. The streets outside were dark and empty. Most people were already home. But on this bus, a few people were still traveling. There was a woman going home from work, a student with his books, an old man with a shopping bag, and a young mother with a sleeping child. Tonight was different. The bus driver announced there was a problem on the usual road. "We have to take a different way," he said. "It will take a little longer." At first, people sighed. They were tired. They wanted to be home. The bus turned onto a quiet road along the river. The lights from the city reflected on the water. It was peaceful, but the detour was long. The young mother looked worried. She checked the time. The student closed his book. He looked out the window. The old man cleared his throat. "You know," he said to no one in particular, "I haven't been on this road in years. My wife and I used to walk here." The woman from work looked up. She was surprised by the sound of his voice. "It's beautiful," she said softly. "Yes," said the old man. "It is." The student turned from the window. "My grandfather proposed to my grandmother on a bridge over this river," he said. He didn't usually talk to strangers. But the dark, quiet bus felt different. "That's a lovely memory," said the woman. And so, it began. One story led to another. The young mother shared how she moved to the city, feeling alone. The woman from work talked about her long hours and her dream to paint. The student spoke of his fear of failing his exams. The old man told stories of his youth, of dances and music and friends who were gone. They were just passengers. Strangers sharing a bus ride. But in the warm light of the bus, with the dark world moving slowly outside, they became a small community. They listened. They nodded. They smiled. The bus driver watched in his mirror. He heard the stories. He didn't say anything, but he drove a little slower. The young mother's child slept through it all. The student felt his worry get lighter. The woman from work remembered why she wanted to paint, to capture moments like this one. The old man's eyes were bright. "It's funny," he said. "I was annoyed by the detour. But now I'm glad for it. I haven't talked like this in a long time." Finally, the bus turned back onto its normal route. The city lights grew brighter. Their stops were coming. The woman from work stood up first. "This was my stop," she said. "Thank you for the stories." She got off the bus and waved. One by one, they left. The student, then the young mother, and finally the old man. Each said a quiet goodnight as they stepped into the cool air. The bus driver finished his route. The bus was empty again. But it didn't feel lonely. It felt like the echoes of the stories were still there, floating in the quiet space. Sometimes, the longest way home is the one you need. Sometimes, a detour isn't a delay. It's a chance to look up, to see the river, to hear a story from a stranger, and to remember that even on the last bus of the night, you are not alone.